I signed it. I signed the paper.
Did you?
I only asked you.
So what's new would be, so
Love it.
we're ready to get started tonight?
Good job.
Yeah. But I would.
All right, let's keep going. All right, Napoleon Hill. First, I know that I can do it and achieve the object of heaven purpose life. Therefore, I devote myself and system to this actual attainment, and I hereby promise to any such action. Second, I realize that all the thoughts of my mind will eventually bring to themselves a dark ways of action, and gradually transform themselves into visual reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of being the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know that the prison law of suggestion, any desire that persisting a hold of my mind, will eventually seek expression to practically indicate me on the practice. Therefore, I will go ahead and consider myself without self-confidence. Fourth, I will clearly have the scripture of identity achieving in life, and I will never stop trying. Enjoy Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth position can lock a door unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all of effect. I will succeed by attracting myself before selfish views and the cooperation of other people. I will use others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfish cynicism by developing love for all humanity because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe me because I believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so I will become a self-reliant, successful person. Hoorah! All right, 12 steps. This is a 12-step formula within the standard switch. When followed with these actions in a positive environment, guarantees 24 plus transactions annually, and unprecedented personal growth and achievement. 1. I dedicate 1 hour daily towards building and protecting my self-confidence. 2. I practice and internalize my sales skills for a minimum 1 hour each day. 3. I contact my sphere of influence by mail, by phone, and or in person, and by bill quarterly. 4. I make 150 plus contacts per week, 30 plus per day, by phone or in person. 5. I follow all my qualified needs daily. 6. I set 5 months to appointments a week and buy or sellers. 7. I completely pre-qualify 100% of my appointments. 8. I have appointments attended with significant rates with fitness training greater. 9. I call my sellers weekly and install listings every 3 weeks and deliver 5%. 10. I sell 75% or more of my next inventory. 11. I return every side call, contact every buyer needed in 2 hours of inquiry. 12. I will work with highly qualified buyers who are pre-qualified by mortgage lender and inside buyer broker agreement. Earn more commission, less time, and less energy spent. I recognize success comes from consistent action and will original outcomes. Therefore, I commit to following every step of 12 steps up to success. All right, Tony Robbins. Now I am the voice. Now I am the voice. I will lead, not follow. I will lead, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. I will believe, not doubt. I will create, not destroy. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a force for good. I am a leader. I am a leader. Defy the odds. Defy the odds. Set a new stance. Set a new stance. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Opening affirmations. I am a professional salesperson who is on soul. I use information to help my clients achieve their goals. I price my business right. I focus on small wins every day. Real estate transactions are run in the market. My ability to succeed. I get stronger with every step. I'm the master of every situation. My confidence is shaken because I live with integrity. I always have productive thoughts. I take excellent care of my body. I start each day with abundance of energy. I am task-oriented. I set clear priorities daily. I know what I want to get. I attract and enjoy greater financial abundance each day. My gratitude gives me unlimited financial success. I think prosperous thoughts. I am prosperous. I have a money wisely and I profit every day. Taking action is easy for me. I'm eager to start each day. I enjoy being debt-free. I exercise daily. I enjoy helping my clients succeed. I eat healthful foods. I'm a real estate expert. My SY expects me to be a real estate expert. I am professional. I'm financially independent. I earn commission fees helping others. I have solutions. I write anything to my business. I call inspired to show my owners. Prospecting is easy for me. I enjoy following up my SY. People are attracted to my enthusiasm. I use technology to see. I get mentally stronger than we call a minute. I'm an outstanding salesperson. I'm a powerful agent. I'm Ascent, come from God's mind at all times. Yes.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, bye.
Good day.
morning, everyone.
Morning.
How are you?
Awesome.
How was the weekend?
Awesome.
Good. Any gratitudes or victories? Timber?
I'm so excited, I'm bursting at the seams.
Okay, good.
So I've been working with some buyers for several months, and they're in a higher price bracket, and they've really struggled to find what they want. Also, getting some of their goals met, which was a good deal, someone who wanted to sell at a reasonable price, things like this. And I've had help from you and Rick and Jason, and Andrew has helped me. And anyway, I called an expired maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago that withdrew back in October and expired last year. And they were like, we were just thinking about selling, and we were in a backup offer on something else, so we just said, can we wait until that's over? And then I contacted them on Monday. Anyway, we went under contract with them last night, and it's super amazing, and I'm super excited. They're just doing it for sale by owner, and but it's meeting everyone's goals, and they were really appreciative, even though they've been trying to kind of play it cool, well, we could sell, we don't really have to, well, we could sell, kind of thing. But as soon as they got the offer, they were like, it's a great offer, thank you, everything's tidy and clean, you've done a great job, and just really excited. I'm just excited for everybody, that everybody's dreams are, moving forward, and I think it helps them to sell their house. They had a horrible experience when it was on the market. So anyway, I'm just really grateful for everyone's mentoring, listening to me while I gripe about, about big deals, things like that. And also just, I told them I was just grateful that they were willing to open themselves up to a kind of an out-of-the-box path that presented itself. So
Good job, Timber.
Cool. That's great.
Excited.
And that's from, you called and expired.
Cool. Well, sort of, that's why. But I've been target marketing. I've been, I just feel like I was at the edge of, I don't know who else to talk to, kind of thing.
Cool.
And it just,
Awesome.
Nice
Good
work.
job. That's great. Congrats. Cool. Brett?
I'm always looking for good content, paying for stuff, whatever it is, but I went and watched your 3 days of needs analysis, and I was just thankful that all that content is online and available for us at Century 21, because I blew through that, and I think that's probably the best succinct version of how to work with buyers and getting them prepared to buy.
Wow.
Cool.
Good
Thank
job.
you. Yeah, glad.
Wow.
I saw your email, so thank you for that. That's awesome.
That's
Cool. Awesome. Good. Who else? Gratitudes or victories? None, huh? Okay. Good. Well, great. So what I want to talk about, go ahead, Evan.
There's a property that I've been trying to sell for 3 years, and finally got it to go, and it's
Wow.
a $30,000 income.
Nice.
Wow, good job.
Good job. That's great. Congrats. Well, good. So this morning what I want to talk to you about is windows of opportunity. Okay, so in terms of windows of opportunity, and I'm going to share with you a couple of different stories to kind of demonstrate the point of this. But so picture, if you will, for a minute, a person who is not really happy with life right now, and they're just contemplating ending it all, okay? Just thinking about it. So they decide to go to the top of this 50-story building. What? Okay, so he goes to the top of this 50-story building, gets to the top of the 50-story building, walks over to the edge, just thinking about it now, right? Just thinking about it. Walks to the edge, looks over, when he looks down, he can see, all the cars buzzing around, looks like little ants going all over the place, and staring there, just thinking about it, trying to decide, should he do it or not? As he's standing there thinking about it, a gust of wind comes and blows him off. So, I know, isn't this exciting, motivating?
What a great
Wow. I know, right? It'll get better, I promise. I know. I promise it'll get better. You tear him down and then build him up. Yeah, right? That's right.
Came by and picked him up.
Not quite. So, as he's falling, though, he passes the window washer on the way down. The window washer says, "How's it going?" And he says, "So far, so good." In his arms. And then, obviously the inevitable happens, hits the ground. So here's my question for you. Was he committed to that outcome?
No.
Apparently, because guess when took them over.
Okay, so I hear some no's. Eric says apparently he was, right? So one of the challenges with commitment is we don't like it sometimes. So let me give you another demonstration of this. So, but I need somebody's help for this one. So somebody willing to help? Stephanie, how about you? As long as it's not on a building, right?
Okay, sit at the front there.
So it'll make it easy for you. All you have to do is stand up though for a minute. Okay, so if I was to ask you, if I were to have you run as fast as you can and just say, I want you to run as fast as you can at this wall, but you don't get to stop until I tell you to, and I told you to stop when you were like 1 inch from the wall, what would happen? If you were running as fast as you could, so you're running just as fast as you can, you get to 1 inch from the wall, and I say, stop, Stephanie. What's going to happen?
Okay, well, actually, are you going to ask me to do that first? Are you going to ask me to do that? Because I'm probably saying, I don't think that I want to go that far. I'll probably stop before.
So, but just, if I had you though run as fast, I'm not going to. If I had you run as fast as you could, and 1 inch from the wall I asked you to stop, what would happen? So,
Probably
say that.
I'll still slam into it.
She's still going to hit the wall, right? Everybody's good with that,
Because
right?
momentum? Yeah.
That's right. So the reason that she would have that collision is what? Go ahead, Evan.
My, just reminds me of my son. We were up skiing, and he kept on falling over. My son's about almost 300 pounds. And so I says, you know what, just come down and I'll catch you. And so he went down, and he got some momentum really fast. But I thought he would slow up a little bit.
That's right.
I was just thinking of that, right?
Yeah, that's right. And so, yeah. So thanks, Stephanie. So the reason she's going to have the collision is what?
Momentum?
Is momentum, right? Her momentum, regardless, if I said to stop 1 inch from the wall, if she changed her mind 1 inch from the wall, what's going to happen? She's still going to have the collision, right? Now, here's why. Let me show you. In science, this is what it would look like here.
Splat.
What?
Splat.
Splat, yes, exactly. It's going to look something like this, okay? So this is the energy curve here, and I am not an artist, but you'll get the point.
You do better than I
okay?
do.
So this is the energy curve. Basically what it means is as she's running along here, the closer that she gets to the wall, the more energy it would take to avoid a collision with the wall. So, said a little differently, in order for her to avoid a collision with the wall 1 inch from the wall, she's going to have to be acted on by a force that is equal to or greater than the collision itself. Does that make sense? So in order to avoid that collision, she's going to have some force interact that is greater than or equal to or greater than the collision itself. Said another way, it's going to take a miracle. Now,
Or an airbag.
or what?
A bungee belt.
A bungee, yeah, that potentially could be. Which again, would be acted on by a force that's equal to or greater, right? So it's going to take a miracle, which I'm all in favor of miracles. I just think it's not a great way to run your real estate career. It'll be a miracle if this one closes, right? So here's the thing though. Now, so let me ask you another way, Stephanie. So let's say though, that I said I want you to stop right here. Could you avoid that collision with the wall?
Probably not.
Okay, so probably not. How about if I said right here, stop?
Probably not.
Okay, remember, you're running as fast as you can.
You got to get out a little.
Okay, how about here? Fast as you can.
Not really.
Okay.
Not me, anyway.
Okay, so if you're running as fast as you can, what about right here? Because you're fast, that's why, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm wondering what everybody else thinks. I mean, would you be able to stop at that distance if you were running that fast?
Okay, so if you're running as fast as you can, so
I
what
don't
about
think I
here?
could.
What about here?
Now we want to see it try.
Okay, so hang on. Hang on, pay attention.
I want to see it. I think she
Hang on,
could.
pay attention to what she's saying here. So right here, what did you say?
That's chancy.
So, okay, so here she said no. Here she said, what about here? Running as fast as you could.
Maybe.
Okay, she's still unsure.
I think
What
she
about
could.
here?
Oh, you
Probably
can.
could.
So probably
Yeah.
could, okay, so you're still not sure, because you
Right.
said probably. So what about right here?
Okay.
You
Okay,
could?
Yeah.
Okay, so from here she could, in here she's not sure, here she says no way. So this area right here, think of it as, and not that this is exactly right, but let's look at it as that. This point right here would be her final window of opportunity. Does that make sense? Her final window of opportunity to avoid a collision with the wall has to take place before she gets to here. Once she gets to here, nothing's left but what?
Blood.
Smash.
Yeah, the collision, right? Regardless of if she wants to avoid the collision or not. If she changed her mind after she has passed that final window of opportunity, she's left with nothing but the collision.
Hope she has an airbag.
Uh-oh. Today, I'm just running Greg. This is twice now Greg's done that in the middle of my presentation. I'm teasing. Okay, so here's the thing.
It's red.
Here's the thing, is part of why I'm talking about this, what I want you to see from this is once we pass that final window of opportunity, we are stuck with nothing but the collision. But what I want to talk about for a minute is this, the area prior to that. See, prior to passing that final window of opportunity, over here, can she determine the outcome?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to determine our outcomes here. Once we've passed, though, this final window of opportunity, now, what if, though, let me ask you this, what if she had no idea that there was a wall there and she was running as fast as she could and she passes that final window of opportunity?
I'd definitely find out sooner or later.
Yeah, she's going to have the collision, right? Now, but what happens, though, what do we do once we pass that final window of opportunity here? We didn't know it was coming. We passed the final window of opportunity, we have the collision, and what do we say?
Oh, shit.
After oh shit. Yeah, I wish I would have seen it coming, or we say, it's not my fault.
Or somebody else should have told me.
That's right, see, exactly
somebody
right.
else.
We look outside of ourselves and we want to blame somebody else for us having a collision. When in reality, who is responsible for it? Yeah, she is. Now, here's the thing. There is a whole industry born out of this final window of opportunity called It's Not My Fault. They're called attorneys, right? It's not my fault. I mean, but because the problem is we don't want to take responsibility for the actions that we took every step of the way as we were following along this. All of us are on some type of a trajectory. The question is, do you know where you're headed on that trajectory? And do you know that you have not passed a final window of opportunity that allows you to determine the course of the outcome? So let me say one other thing, Rick, and then you can make your own. Back here, I can determine my outcome. So let me say it to you a little different. Today's Monday. It's Monday morning. Right now, we have the opportunity to determine our outcome for the week. We have the ability to say, here's what I'm going to do, put some things in place, and then follow along that. If we take the relevant steps that are going to get us to where we want to go, we're going to get there, right? I was listening this morning to Lead the Field, Earl Nightingale, talking on Lead the Field. And he was talking about it's just these little things that you do every single day, these tasks lead to a successful day. So completing these successful tasks leads to a successful day. A number of successful days put together strings into a successful week. Successful weeks then turn into successful months, and so on and so on. Go ahead.
Well, the interesting point with this whole thing is that we all run on the path of I've got time, or I will catch up, or I will...
Sooner or later it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, and it's fascinating because when we get to this point, there's no going back. It's spent. So this is a fascinating concept.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly right. Once you pass that final window of opportunity, so where I started, the guy that put himself out there on the edge of this 50-story building, if you put yourself and you're running your health, your relationships, your business, to where you're putting yourself on the edge of a 50-story building where a gust of wind decides if you are going to live or die. So the question, was he committed to the outcome that he got? And the answer is, yes, he was.
Yeah, he had every intention.
Well, because why? Why was he committed to it?
He wouldn't have gone to the edge had he not
That's
had
right.
that
See,
intention.
he passed his final window of opportunity to where he's letting a gust of wind determine his outcome. And if you put yourself and your career or your relationships or your health into a scenario where a gust of wind determines what your outcome is going to be, it's not a good place to operate from is really kind of the point, right? And we have no control once we've passed that final window of opportunity, but thankfully, all of us are currently right here. We have the opportunity to determine those outcomes and how we're going to do it. So the question for you is, what are you going to do this week? What are the things that you need to do? Do you know that is going to put you on this trajectory to accomplishing the things that you want to this week? And if you don't, then find somebody and ask for some help. But I think probably everyone knows what we need to do in order to accomplish those things. And it's just a matter of saying, I'm just going to take it one task at a time. I think about when I was in college, there were some times that classes I would look at and go, man, this is going to be a tough class. But every time I did that, I just reminded myself, just take the first task. You know, what was the first assignment that I need to work on? Work on that first assignment. And it's amazing how even contained within the assignment, sometimes writing this huge paper, if you just said, just start with the little piece first. Just do that little thing. And it was funny how just taking the little bites at a time, pretty soon, you had accomplished the whole class. So, anyway, so that's my message for you today, is just make sure you're on a trajectory and taking care of those little things all along the way. So, any thoughts?
Don't jump off the building.
Don't go to the top
Don't
of the
go to the
50-story
edge.
building.
Go to
Right?
the edge. Yes.
All right, awesome, thanks, have a great week, guys. Let's do our closing affirmations. Hey, Chris, will you grab one of those for Brett up here? All right. I succeed because I act on my goals. I'm an optimist. I like talking to new people. I know what's important to me. I remember people's names. I have a daily plan and I follow it. I am passionate about real estate. I know consistency is my greatest tool. I like asking questions and listening. I enjoy making people improve my sales skills. My thoughts lead my emotions, action, results. I focus on my dream daily. My presentations follow persuasive. I improve my skills daily. I am happy. I love the prospect of building my business. I see my future as awesome. I love my life. I'm grateful, thankful. I control my thinking. I believe in me. I feel outstanding. I use my beliefs and obstacles daily. I get things done. I provide excellent customer service. I drink water daily. I connect with people. People love me. I love others. I'm disciplined and I'm daily daily. I prospect daily. I set appointments daily. I'm a master trader. I achieve my goals. I'm a real estate rock star. I'm passionate about my life. I live every day with purpose. I'm confident in my sales skills. I know my destiny. I'm healthy and strong. I'm powerful. I'm unstoppable. I keep positive. Yes!
Good morning, sir. Morning.
Did you watch?
Was that an appropriate song after that?
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
We're still doing this, right?
Yes.
That is awesome, good job.
We're still,
Way cool.